Hello everyone, Dervla Clark here, and you're all very welcome to this live stream. And if you're joining me in the replay, you're very welcome. And I would love you to post your comments, give me thumbs up, give me likes, give me some feedback in relation to this live stream and how it has supported you, or just ideas and comments that you would like to share with me. So just bear with me a moment because I'm learning to share this with a group. So if I put my head down, just apologies, and I'll be back to you in a second. Okay, bear with me. I'm not exactly sure what I'm doing, but I thought it would come up on my page for me to share, so bear with me. Another learning curve here. Let's just see. Oh, there we go. It just took a minute to come up. Just bear with me. Okay, that's it done, and so that's something new that I've done today, and it's always great to do something new. So apologies for that little bit of an interruption. So today I just feel inspired to talk about getting lost. And why am I talking about this? Yesterday I went to Galway as part of a mastermind for my business. And I was going to a new location, a location that I hadn't been before. And I had the directions and got on the right road. And as I was heading into the hotel for the workshop for the day, I could see the hotel and I was delighted with myself because, to be honest, when I go new places, on motorways and all of that, living in the country, I do find it a little bit challenging, to be honest. And because traffic moves so fast, I find it a little bit challenging at times. So I was delighted with myself. I was on the right road. I could see the hotel and I was like, this is great. I'm in great time. I'm a great time, and I'll be able to relax before the workshop starts. Well, I took a road that I thought was the road going, oh, hi Inga, how are you? I'm just talking about my little story about getting lost yesterday and how I'm going to relate it to business, I feel. So took this right road thinking this was the entrance to the hotel. It wasn't. It brought me off on another motorway and I'm thinking, oh crikeys, how do I get back to this hotel? Now luckily I'm familiar with Galway. I'm not familiar with all of the new roads. It's many, many years since I lived in Galway. So a lot of it has changed. A lot of it is new, so this was outside my comfort zone. But because I knew I was in Galway City, I thought, okay, even if you have to take a detour, you're going to get back to the hotel. So I went around the city, went out to the road that I thought, went back on the road that I was familiar with. So I thought, okay, it's not the right lane I need to go to. There were 3 lanes. I thought, okay, it looks like the middle lane. There was no clear sign for the hotel, and even though you could see the big sign, Clayton Hotel, sorry, what are you thinking? No, I didn't use the sat-nav, Inga. I didn't put it on my phone. Because I thought, you know, this is going to be relatively easy for me, but I have learned some lessons. So went around again, and I looked, and the traffic, it was Sunday thankfully, so it was quieter, but there was still traffic building up. So I looked and I thought, okay, it looked like the second lane was where it would bring me off, but quickly there was traffic behind me, there was traffic moving ahead of me. I took the second road and flipped me pink, it brought me to the same motorway. So I thought, okay, now at that point I was like, I have to say, a few blips out of my mouth, and I was feeling a bit annoyed with myself. And absolutely, it was meant to be like that, because I learned a few lessons, Inge. So I thought, okay, I know I'm on the road. So went around the road. As I say, thankfully it was Sunday, there wasn't massive traffic. So I thought, okay, I've gone the first lane, I've gone the second lane. So Dervla, you have no choice. It has to be the third lane. But prior to me kind of getting to the point where I was going to the third lane, I thought I better ring the host, because I know I'm going to be a little bit late. I'm rarely late for occasions. I'm always one of those ones who are there before time, so that I can centre myself and I can just breathe and go to the loo before things start. So that was a little bit outside my comfort zone. Nothing major, but yeah, I was feeling a bit tetchy. So I was tapping as I was going along in the car, and I thought, okay, at least I know where I am. If I'm going to be late, so be it. So I rang the host, trying to explain where I was, and because it was unfamiliar to me, it may not necessarily have made sense. So I was driving along. Long story short, got to the third lane, which I knew this had to be it, but there was still a little bit of a confusion that I could have gone off. But with what she said to me, I thought, okay, this is it. So got to the entrance of the hotel, breathed a big sigh of relief, got in, and I was so grateful to be there, because as I said, going to new places and new locations, I haven't gone to too many new places in the last few months. So while it's not abroad, it was still outside my comfort zone. Got to the hotel, I was delighted. So, and you know, welcomed with open arms from the group, which was lovely, and most of them I had never met before. So that was it. So the day went great, and why I'm sharing this is I just kind of felt, well, you know what, this is a little bit like business. We can start off on the journey of business, and we can feel that, yes, this is the direction I'm going in, but it's never a straight line. It's never a straight, well, my experience is it hasn't been a straight journey. There's twists and there's turns, and we might take little detours. We might think, oh, this is what I need to get out and share with the world. And then we might find, well, there's not much response to that. So we go back to the drawing board. We go back to looking within to see, okay, well, who and what am I here to, what am I here to do? Who am I here to serve? So that just kind of thought, okay, well, I've taken many detours. There's times when I thought, I'm on the home straight now. This is it. A blip will come in, throw me off on a different road and bring me to somewhere that I never expected. But the beauty about it is we can always come back to ourselves. We can always come back to centre. We can pick up the phone. We can ask for support. We can say, I'm feeling lost. I'm feeling a bit disconnected. I don't know what to do. Help me to get to my destination. And ultimately, well, destination yesterday, because yes, I wanted to get the hotel. I did it without a sat nav. I still got there. Yes, Inge, the sat nav would have given me clearer directions and I wouldn't have taken the detour. But again, I kind of thought, okay, I'm meant to share this because, you know, there are so many people out there and sharing the wonderful aspects of business. And, you know, it's so easy and it's so easy. Yes, there are aspects that can be easy, but in my experience, there are aspects that are not so easy. There are lots of learnings. We will take maybe detours in relation to find out, okay, who am I here to serve? It might take a while for clarity, real clarity to come through on that. Life might take us off on a different road, but ultimately the universe always has our back and supports us to get to where we need to go. So I just kind of thought, you know, by being in business, we can get a little bit lost. We can get a little bit lost energetically. We can get lost in the overwhelm. We can get lost in the fear. We can get lost in a little bit of confusion. You know, yesterday was great because it really confirmed that the group of people I really feel I'm here to serve. It brought confirmation that yes, I'm on the right track. Have I everything sorted? No, I don't. I'm still on the journey. There are many aspects to my journey that I have no idea how to get to. Am I going to go on my own? No, I'm not. I'm getting support for people. And you know, Inge, you're on this live stream, and it's no accident, because I was actually thinking that I would not have been, if I wasn't on the journey last year that I was on, if I didn't get the support of yourself through social media and through learning the technical skills that I have learned over the last year, there's no way I would have been ready for starting that mastermind yesterday. No way, because I would have been at sea. It would have overwhelmed me. I wouldn't have been familiar with going into MailChimp or my website. I wouldn't have known all of that. So it's about trusting where you are on your journey. Trusting there are going to be days when it feels great and everything is in alignment, but there are also going to be days where you feel like, what the bleep am I doing? You may feel overwhelmed. There may be tears. There may be comparison. You know, I had a conversation yesterday after the workshop with a lady about, you know, comparing ourselves to others on social media. And, you know, while social media is great, there is also that little bit of a shadow side to it. Because yes, you know, there are ways of making it look like everything is hunky-dory, and maybe behind the scenes it's not so much hunky-dory. And you know, even we talk about this morning, just Instagram would say I had so many likes over the weekend, they've gone down, because there is an element of, well, if you don't like me back, I'll unlike you. And that's the shadow side of social media that I don't like. But I'm not getting caught up in it, because I do believe that whoever we are here to serve, when we ground ourselves, when we keep connected to who we are, when we don't get lost in that sea of comparison, get lost in that sea of, oh, she's you know, there may be similarities in our business, and we may look at someone and say, oh my God, she's so busy and she's bringing in so much income, and I'm at the stage where that's not happening. We can start to feel a little bit discouraged, a little bit of questioning, well, you know, do I keep going? Do I stop? You know, for in that process of bringing in income, you may be at the point when thinking, well, this isn't flipping working out the way I thought it would be. Maybe I need to go back to a job. I don't really think I would be employable by anybody again. I was employed for over 30 years. I know I'm on the right track. But it's like, I'm going to keep going. Yes, there may be blips in my journey. Yes, I may take detours. But you know, everything that happened yesterday was just, it was meant to be. Now, I tell you, I was wrecked at the end of the day. I was tired because I was up early. It was, you know, a full-on day, and there was 2 hours travelling. And I was so glad to be at home. But it also showed me that I appreciate living in the countryside. I'm not a city girl. While I don't mind cities for a few days, you know, it showed me yet again, countryside living is nearer to my soul than city living. It also showed me how important it is to get support from like-minded people. You know, there were people there who were much further ahead on their business journey than me. But ultimately, you know, we were all feeling passionate. We all want to share our message with the world. While we might have different business models, but ultimately within our heart and our souls, we know that this is what we're here to do. We know that we have blocks, we have fears, we have limitations to move through. And it's really about getting support of those people. I never met those women before, but you know what? It was so touching to see how, and you know, this is what's happening. But it was so touching to see that we were going around hugging each other, and we had only met each other for a few hours, because we want success for our business. We want to help those people who really want our support, who need our support, but we want to succeed. We want to feel fulfilled. And you know what? I knew I was coming on this live stream. Yeah, we never know when emotions come up, but you know what? So be it. So flippin' be it. This is the truth. This is real. But it's just, if you're in business, if you're feeling you're going into overwhelm, if you're feeling that you're isolated and that you're alone, know that you're not. Know that there's support out there for you. Know that there are genuinely beautiful, beautiful women and men who will gladly give you support, who will gladly help you through. I don't want to curse on this live stream, but I said the word yesterday, SH1T, that sometimes can come up in life, that's sometimes not so easy to move through. But we can get through it. I don't believe we're here to be happy clappy 24/7 and peaceful and calm all the time. No, we're not, because we wouldn't grow, we wouldn't evolve. If I didn't go through the crap that I went through, I would not be in the position of knowing how to support people in that sacred space of transformation that I know that I can do, and that I can do in my way. Nobody else can do it the way I can do it. It's like, Inga, nobody can deliver social media in the way that you do it. You do it from such a beautiful, heartfelt, person-centered coaching way. And that's ultimately what it's all about. It's about connection. So, it's the importance of grounding yourself, feeling connected to yourself, bringing back that energy that may have been lost. Because we can get lost along the way. We can get lost if we have, family commitments and we have children to rear. I take my hat off to any woman who's running a business with small children and who's busy and whatever. I know it was challenging to be out working with small children, but I had the security of an income at the end of the week, regardless of how stressful it was. Those women don't necessarily have that. I take my hat off to those women, and I'm full of admiration for them, and how they keep going, and how they have this passion and this drive to succeed, but to succeed not at the expense of putting anybody else down, not at the expense of them. Well, I think subconsciously we may be doing it at the expense maybe of our own energy, being unaware of it, and I feel that's where I come in. I come in to help you, to support you, to look after you. I am huge on self-care. This morning I knew that after the weekend that I had. Yes, I will, Inga. I will upload this to my YouTube channel afterwards. I don't know how entrepreneurial mum with small children do. Yeah, I mean, I'm in awe of them. I really am. I could come home last night. I deliberately thought I am not doing anything early this morning, because I knew that I just wanted to relax for myself this morning, and that was my self-care for this morning. And I honoured that, because I learned the hard way of not honouring myself. I learned the hard way to go through burnout. Burnout was the biggest gift for me, because it woke me up. It woke me up to looking after myself, to changing my life in ways that I could never have imagined. Now, to those looking outside looking in, they may say, well, you're living in the same home. Yes, I'm in the same home. It's serving me at the moment. Yes, I have support of a wonderful husband. I have 2 great young adults, thankfully. I have the support of like-minded people who I've met through social media. So, if you have that fear of being seen on social media, trust me, yes, there's the shadow side, but do not focus on that. Focus on opening yourself up to meet those people like Inga, like Martha, like Marcia, like all the wonderful women that I have met through social media, who get where we're coming from, who get that being in business is not all fluffy, woofy, rosy, 24/7. Yes, we can choose to go into hustle, or we can choose to step into that ease. That's a learning curve. That takes a little bit of time. It may take a little bit of tears. And we have to honour that. And it's being unapologetic about, feeling your feelings. It's about acknowledging what's coming up for you. It's about not dismissing and not saying, well, am I kind of losing the plot here? We will have moments where we may want to give up. I certainly have questioned many times. Not so much the last few months, but certainly before I left my job. Will I give this up? Will I stay with the comfortable income? But you know what? Listen to your heart and your soul, because I knew that if I chose that route, I would become very ill. I saw flashes of that version of me in my future if I didn't listen to the heart and the soul calling. And I firmly believe that that's what I have. I have a calling. We all have a purpose in this life, whatever that looks like for you. But you know, if you have this knowing, you have this urge to do something, and if it doesn't go away, it will get louder and louder and louder. And sometimes it may bring you down before it brings you back up. So I came on this live stream planning to talk about what I've spoken about, and I had planned to do a meditation, but you know what? I think I'm going to come back in later maybe and do this meditation and just leave this as a separate live stream. So just ask yourself, are you feeling lost? Do you need, we talk about the sat nav. The sat nav can support us in not going off in wrong directions, like a coach, a mentor, someone like myself who can help you to balance your energy, who can help you to reconnect with yourself so that you can reconnect with your business, because we can take off on tangents subconsciously or consciously. We're not aware of what might be happening to us. But you'll have that feeling of unrest within yourself, perhaps. You have that feeling maybe of people around you might not necessarily get the journey that you're on. People say to me, well, is your husband into all the stuff that you're into? Not particularly. He's very supportive of what I do. He doesn't knock what I do. The odd occasion he might roll his eyes if I talk about something, because it doesn't fully resonate for him. And that's okay. He's happy doing what he's doing. He's supporting me in his way. And I have to bring myself back to realise that my journey is not his journey. While we're on the journey of life together, but we don't have to be on the same road all the time. He can take off to the left to do his thing that he loves, and I can take off to the right to do my thing, and we can go and we connect at the end of the day or whenever. So it's about trusting your inner guidance, trusting that if it's time for you to let go of some of the technical stuff that you just find yourself getting lost in, getting overwhelmed in, calling in energetically, calling in those people that you're meant to support. I know that there's some of the technical stuff I can do, but I also know 100% that there is stuff I don't have any interest right now in learning, because it would be too overwhelming for me. So I gladly pay someone else to do that. Yes, I'm in a position that I can do that within reason. So it's about, you know, how can you make life easier for yourself? What one thing can you do today to make your business easier for you? Does it mean that you take a break and you go for a walk? Does it mean that you have a bath? Does it mean that you have a glass of water, that you dance, that you have a green juice, that you pick up the phone, or that you message someone and say, you know what, I'm having a crappy day, can you talk to me for 10 minutes? Because people love to help people. And we actually, you know, our nature is to support people in a community environment. So never be afraid to reach out and say, look, I need support. I used to be very poor at doing that, really poor at doing that. I'm so much better now because now I know I need support on many levels. It's not just one, it's many aspects. And yeah, so I think that's it. So just ask yourself, just sit quietly, ask yourself, what do I need to do for me right now? When you're finished watching this live stream, just breathe in, take a few deep breaths in, breathe in, you know, breathe in calm and relaxing energy, and breathe out any tension or stress that you're holding in your body. Take a few deep breaths in, blow them all the way out, shake your body, move your body, go outside, take a few breaths, do what you need to do, and I guarantee you will come back feeling much better, because I am 100% committed and convinced that when we take time out, whether it's 5 minutes, whether it's 10 minutes, whether it's an hour, we come back in a much better space. We give our brain time to relax. We connect back in with ourselves. So just do whatever you need to do today. And my intention is to be, you know, I've talked about this self-care in business and in life before. It really feels like it continues to be part of my mission. I continue to learn myself. So I think that's it from me. If you have any comments, please feel to share them. Let me know how you're going to look after yourself today. We're coming into this love-filled week of Valentine's Day. I'll be back in later to do another live stream. I really feel that I will come in and do a meditation. And it's about how can you show yourself love this week? How can you show yourself love today? We're great at giving it to everybody else, and maybe we're not so good at giving it to ourselves. And if we've young children and we're running a business, well, I can only imagine how challenging that may be at times. Even if we don't have children, we still might have grown up adults that you know, need some attention and some time and some energy. We have other energetic pulls on our physical and our emotional being. So it's very, very important to really, really take care of yourself. And that's it. If you want to find out more about me, you can check out my YouTube channel, Dervla Clark. You can check out my website, www.dervlaclark.com. I'm also on Instagram. You can find the links. I'll post a little post with all the links, and you can check me out. And if you are interested in working with me one-on-one, just send me a private message. I would love to connect with you, chat to you, and see if we're a good match to work together. I don't work with everyone. It has to feel right for you. It has to feel right for me. And if this resonates with you, feel free to share this with your friends, whether they're starting out in business, whether they're in business a few years, or whether they're fully established in business. It doesn't matter. At each stage, we will always need support. We will always need personal support. And remember, You are your business. So look after yourself, and that's it. Take care, and I have lots more to share. And as we come on these live streams, I never really know where it takes me, but I trust that the universe brings me exactly to share what I need to share. So that's it. Thanks for joining me, Inga. Thanks. I could see there was someone else joining me. I'm not sure who you are. Thanks to watching the replay. Share the love, spread the message, because ultimately we're here to support each other. No man is an island, and never underestimate how even one simple word, one simple live stream can help to transform someone's day, someone's life. So that's it. Take care, and I shall pop in. See you very soon. Oh, thanks, Martha. Okay, yeah, thank you for joining me. I wasn't sure who the other lady was, so that's great. I'm glad you've joined me. So it was, I don't know if you've joined me from the beginning. I was just talking about my journey of getting lost yesterday, and how I just use the analogy of linking it to business. So that's it. Take care. Have a great day. Look after yourself, and I shall catch up with you later. Bye for now.